Yo, we back in Gip Town. What's always going down? Do your boy a favor, like, subscribe, and spread the word around. You heard me? Let's get into it. All right, so if you watch my MSU homicide video, you would have saw in the description where I put that video was a segue to lead into something that I'm more passionate about. All right, and today is that topic, mental health. Now, in no way, shape, or form did I want to address that in that video because it appears that 43-year-old Anthony McRae took those innocent people's lives due to some type of mental illness or he was going through something and nobody talked to him. Nobody reached out. Nobody, us as a people, we don't care about each other. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I didn't want to get in that then because that doesn't excuse what he did. You know what I'm saying? However, with a little help between each other, the world could be a different place. Maybe that situation don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, quick little backstory on 43-year-old Anthony McRae. Before the incident happened, he had just lost his mom. And upon losing his mom, he went back home to stay with his dad, right? Boom. He in the backyard shooting guns or whatever, whatever. Police end up getting called by the neighbors, and nothing ever came of that situation, right? Boom. Well, I believe he got probation, but he ended up finishing the probation. Whatever, whatever. That's neither here nor there. One thing that I recently learned is that black men, we're not good at dealing with grief. Now, I can honestly say that makes a lot of sense. I have lost a lot of people in my life, right? And honestly, I never cried at no funeral. I've I've seen death every possible way you can imagine, and never one time did it make me shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? All in all, I lost a friend of mine. His name was Craig, R.I.P. Craig, man. I lost him about 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, it was a little over 2 years ago. Nonetheless, I can honestly say this was one of the. I'm just now realizing that, as a therapist said that black men are not good with dealing with grief. I didn't even realize how bad the situation had me till I just really stepped back and like, dang, I really made an ass of myself during that whole process. And to his wife Whitney, I apologize for how I acted. You know what I'm saying? To the gang, to the family, to everybody. I showed my ass, dog. I was not even, where we come from. It's always an eye for an eye. And after it happened, I remember this is right after my daughter Beautiful was born. Right after Beautiful was born. As soon as we come home from the hospital, I pull right up, and I'm on my big bottle of Remy in hand. But I didn't come over there to drink. This I take a little shot or whatever because it was, what I'm saying, post some out for my boy. And let's, what I'm saying, let me, what's going on? What happened? How did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Black men, we also being impatient and wanting everything right now. The situation got me frustrated because it was a situation where I couldn't get the results that I wanted right now. You know what I'm saying? Right then and there. And I ended up getting so mad, getting so intoxicated, and I'm grieving, not even knowing. I'm so mad. I'm just like, man, it's time to go. Let's go. I'm finna go push the button. Let's go spin right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But because I couldn't get that reaction, I couldn't get that done right then and there. It made me even more mad, and then I started getting out of my body, pretty much getting mad at people who had my back and was on my side. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, nah. For a little backstory on that, let me make it clear why I say he was one of my friends. Because I'm one of the people where I don't use the word friend lightly. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, you know what I'm saying, through your actions, you got to really be somebody to me for me to call you a friend, right? All right. So, and you know how everybody be like, oh, yeah, twin or this and that. If I had to say a twin, yeah, that was definitely one of my twins, right? Boom. My whole entire time I've been staying here in Florida, this is one of the only people. I gotta say this about you, Craig. I can never take this from you. This is one of the only people. no matter where he stayed, I was always welcome in his home. You know what I'm saying? Him, his wife, his kids, I was always welcome, no matter where he stayed. He stayed in multiple locations. Every place he stayed, I was welcome. Like one of them real mi casa su casa. You know what I'm saying? What's mine is yours. You know what I'm saying? My car's yours. Everything's mine. Everything yours is mine, but my bitch. You know how that shit go. Real shot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like that with him. And I had people, I started to view him, and even though we didn't kick it every single day, whenever we did, it was love. And grown men do that. I just had baby number 6. We don't always have time to kick it all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm saying that to say what this meant to me, right? I have people that I've known a long time in my life. And there's certain places where we'll go. I ain't welcome inside of their home. Or wherever we go to, we pull up together. I gotta sit outside. You know what I'm saying? Cray was one of them people where no matter from the time I met him, he'll bring me the daily report, whatever going on. Oh, we did this and that, and this going on. You know what I'm saying? He always kept it funky with me, and it was always like I say. One day he had him and his wife had just got a new apartment, right? Boom, she had cooked some shepherd's pie. I remember this like it was yesterday. Coming in like, bro, get you hungry? Woo, you hungry? Yeah. We go in the house. Big shepherd's pie plate laid out on oven, fresh out the oven, right? He said, "Hey man," I said, "Okay, I want no. Ain't no you won't, nigga. The plate's right there, the hot sauce right there, forks right there, nigga. You got to make your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always a welcoming situation. It was always love with him, genuine. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I ever did, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. No matter what I did, no matter who I was, it was always love. And that's one of the things where, like I can say, it's people who I've been around and spent more. How can I put this? It's people who I have kicked it more on a different level because me and his relationship was more, it was more street, it was more, you know what I'm saying? But it's people who I kept around more so on some, I'd rather have this person around my family because I know, you know what I'm saying? It was just different. Like it made me realize that like I was overplaying certain situations and underplaying certain situations. But nonetheless, like I said, it's people who I'd have done things for, ready to kill for, would have, this all type of stuff. And I literally, there's been places where I wasn't welcome where they went. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of them things where it was just like, damn. So nonetheless, I had to say that, yeah, I know there's homies that was closer to him than me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I'm not taking that from nobody. I'm just saying my piece because now, a little over 2 years after that, I just got my license back. I ended up getting a DUI that night, right? Boom. And that really, that shit, it really fucked up my life. Like having 6 kids and not being able to be there for my kids whenever I need to. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they need me to or even want me to, that shit fucked me up a lot. But nonetheless, let me stay on track with it, right? In other words, I'm just recovering from that. I'ma say, and the crazy part about all that's it about that all that is, for the first time, I real deal just cried about my brother. Like I'm gonna say a month ago. And you know what they say about black people? We either cry a little bit or we cry ugly. You know what I'm saying? There's only two type of black cries, right? This was an ugly cry, and I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up, dog. I shit you not. Check it out. Boom. So I'm watching the movie Coach Carter, right? And Coach Carter, you know, everybody know the part where Timo Cruz, he was with his uncle or his cousin or whoever he was with, his big dog, right? Boom. And he had got shot in front of him. And after it happened, he went to Coach Carter house and was like, "I want back on the team, Coach. I want back on." No, but matter of fact, before he said that, he was just like, "It was just right here. We was just cool. We was just chilling. We was just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We was just this. We was just. It was just. It all happened so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like even playing it back in my head, watching that, I'm literally getting chills. Like it feels like the top of my head is breathing right now, just expressing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person I always keep shit close to the chest, but nonetheless, I want to put this out there because I feel it need to be said, and it need to be overstood. You know what I'm saying? So, and watching that scene when he actually broke down and then he was saying that and he had blood all over his shirt, And Coach Carter was like, "Come on, come in, come in," and he just broke down and cried. I broke down and cried like a baby. You know what I'm saying? And all I could think about was crazy. All I could think about was like, damn, dog, Lily. And then why I say on some twin shit, like this nigga, for one, me and his wife got the same name. What's the odds of that? You get what I'm saying? We real deal got into it at one of the other houses about that shit. Not slick a little bit, but it was like, nigga, what? No, our wife had the same name. You know what I'm saying? They do. Fuck around, and he was showing me. I had just saw him before I had my daughter, right? He was showing me his new car he got. He had just got a burgundy Oldsmobile, right? Boom. And mind you, ever since we first met on the block, I gave him the nickname coolest nigga I know. If anybody know anything about OJ the Juice Man, for one, my dog Cray, he looked like OJ the Juice Man, but his nigga actually remind me of him too. And he was just that's who he was. He was the coolest nigga I know. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna never get mad. He ain't gonna never get out of pocket. He always gonna keep it gangster, keep it smooth. You know what I'm saying? Real pimping. You know what I'm talking about? Like monotone, and that's just how he kicking it. He in and out like the wind breeze. Cool as a fan. You heard me? And I gave him that nickname. He was always coolest nigga I know. That was his name. I give everybody nicknames for some reason, but that was his name. Was coolest nigga I know. That's one of the names of one of the Juice Man, OJ Juice Man mixtapes, right? Boom. So he was showing me his car, right? And I was like, damn, but it bitch clean as hell. You hear me? And then look, and then let's take it back to the twin shit, right? Boom. So I come over. I got on my I got a hoodie on, right? But on top of my hoodie, if you can see this tattoo right here, stand up so you can see it. It's a picture of my oldest son, right? He played football for the junior bus. I'm showing you that to show you the jersey. You know what I'm saying? It was his football jersey. I had his jersey in a 2X, but I had it on over me, and you know what I'm saying, on the back of my hoodie it said Gibson Jr., right? Boom. We get there, we kicking it, woo woo woo. 2 minutes later, my dog going out, he come back out. He got on the hoodie. If you ever seen the movie Life, you know where we come from, all that tied together too. But nonetheless, whatever that woo woo, we ain't gotta talk about that. His hoodie said Ray Gibson. Now he got on the hoodie say Ray Gibson, right? From the movie Life. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Everything don't be coincidences, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So this how we mobbing that night, right? Boom. We hanging out, kicking shit. Both got our hoodies on, our Gibson hoodies, right? We hanging out. Boom. He's showing me his car. I'm like, boy, that bitch clean as hell. But that's why you the coolest nigga I know. I say, boy, you look at my truck right now, but that bitch so dirty. All these kids I got my shit fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my boy shit smelling like Febreze, smelling like he got 2, 3 clips in that bitch, squeaky clean top to bottom. I got shoes all in and out my shit, baby shoes. You know what I'm saying? A car seat, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It looked good. Yeah, I still got that truck. I got a truck on some 22s. It looked good, this and that. But inside, that bit dirty as hell. You heard me? But nonetheless, I'm just like, yeah, but that bit clean. That's my shit. I mean, I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, but that's my boy. I'm proud of you, my dog. Good shit. You heard me? That's what I'm telling him. We just kicking shit like, yeah, that's my boy. That's why you the coolest nigga I know. But it look good, boy. It smelling good. I love to see it. You hear me? This how we kicking shit. That's what I'm telling him. Right? Boom. I shit you not, but that's the last conversation I had with dog. And this was before I found out through social media, and I couldn't believe it like that. He passed, and I'm in the hospital having my baby. You know what I'm saying? Having my daughter beautiful, and I couldn't believe that shit. I couldn't believe that shit. That's why I say so. Soon as I leave the hospital from having my daughter, that's the first place I pull up to. You know what I'm saying? Because 2 years ago, that's during that COVID time, and you can't leave all this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But sticking to the script. You know what I'm saying? Well, it ain't no script, but I'm just sticking to the story. Boom. I leave the hospital. That's the first place I go, right? And in the process of finding this out, like, yeah, like I said, of course, it's homies that be around him every day more than me, right? But to me, he still meant what he meant to me for what he showed me, his actions. You know what I'm saying? We was click tight like this. You heard me? It was dealing with that situation, and this all is gonna tie into mental health, right? Because I'm just now realizing that the I am how I am because of my past. You know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, me not being able to get the answer and reaction that I wanted right then and there, it wasn't that nothing was gonna get done about it. That's we not even saying no dumb shit like that. You heard me? The point was me not being able to get what I wanted done. When I wanted it done and on that liquor, I got out my body. You know what I'm saying? And I acted out of character and I fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Nonetheless, like I'm saying all that to say, my dog been dead a little over 2 years now, and it's the first person I've ever cried about. But it just happened like a couple months ago, watching Coach Carter. I don't know how, I don't know why, and I believe it was earlier. I'm on the that I think that's what triggered it. Earlier, I was on the game with some younger dudes from around my way. We playing the game, whatever, whatever, and a conversation came up. We was just talking about we was just doing a whole lot of politicking, and his name came up, not even his name, but something else came up, and then it was just they was mentioning shit, and they had mentioned my peoples, and I was like, oh, what, you know what I'm saying? And we just, oh damn, this and that, and I was like, oh yeah, that was my boy, this and that, and then I just real deal like even playing the game, like really thinking about the situation had me sad as fuck. Like I real deal like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I can't even mentally say I can't even verbally say everything that mentally I was going through at that moment because it was just but it put me in a dark place where I probably didn't say nothing to nobody for the rest of the time I was on the game that night because it just mentally like it fucked me up and then I'm sitting back and now I'm just drinking watching Coach Carter and this was after the fact and I just broke down and cried like a baby and it was like that shit was crazy. So I'm saying all that to say that mental health is real. Black people, we deal with shit in different ways with everybody in general. But nonetheless, I'm saying all that to say to bring this back to Anthony McRae, right? Long live Craig, man. That's my dog. You heard me? Long live my brother. Boom. Anthony McRae was going through a tough time in his life. He lost his mom. He going to stay with his dad. And like I say, nothing is empowering about a grown man staying with their parents. You heard me? I promise. I'm goddamn 32, but me and my wife, it's just us, and 5 of my 6 kids live here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't always smiles and Hallmark cards, but I feel better living in my shit on my terms than staying with my peoples. I never do that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. So I'm saying that to say that I know he was going through a tough time mentally. I know he was fucked up, and everything what I just said about my brother in this previous statement all ties into what I'm about to say about him. Whenever we lose people, the amount of anger we experience, the amount of rage we experience, the amount of any emotion that we go through, we can't control it. We don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? We just go through emotions and you know what I'm saying? We just do shit. You feel me? And that is but it all comes from a place of nobody sit us down and be like, damn, bro, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Damn, tomorrow gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? Da this and that. It never do because you never quite get over shit for real. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things and not to make this long and just keep harping on stuff. Maybe if when Anthony McRae was out there just shooting in the backyard or whatever, whatever, if somebody was like, damn, bro, you all right? You good? Maybe that situation never happened. What at MSU? You know what I'm saying? I'm not excusing his actions, but I'm saying if someone did check on him, somebody did ask if he was all right, maybe that situation never happened. Shout out to my boy Derez Deshaun. To this day, my ultimate favorite rapper, my number one, my top five, everything. Right now, he's my favorite rapper still. Pain 1 through 3. If I got a road trip, I can start from Pain 1, play them top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? Not skip a song. Derez Deshaun was doing this thing where every Monday he called it mental health check-in. Every Monday between 6 to 8, he'll just go live on Instagram with different people, various people, right? And he'll just, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Mentally, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Everything all right? You good? And if somebody doing good, they doing bad, they able to get on there and vent and express that to them. I think as black men, we bottle up a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Liquor for me, it helps me unload shit. You get what I'm saying? And it's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So nonetheless, it's just the whole aspect of us as a people caring about each other and really checking on each other. A lot of times situations could play out a little differently. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we really don't realize that we are who we are because we haven't healed from certain situations. You know what I'm saying? But like I was talking to one of my partners about the other day, like being a black man, we never have time to heal from nothing. You know what I'm saying? We never have time to even go through nothing. You know why? All right, let's say me for example, right? Like I said, I just had baby number 6. She ain't even she just turned 2 months, right? My daughter before her just turned 2. You know what I'm saying? On the first of the year. Nonetheless, hell, and my oldest 14. He finna turn 15 this year. Anyway, there's no room for me to be going through nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's no room for me to be hurting. There's no room for me to ever have a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I have so many people that depend on me. Nobody give a fuck about that. As long as if any one of my baby mamas hit me up and be like, "Oh, nigga, your son needs some shoes or he need this and that," I gotta be able to deliver. It don't matter if I had a shitty day. It don't matter if I just lost my homeboy. It don't matter if I goddamn just had a stroke. Nigga, you better be able to provide. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that because that's what we sign up for as men. Always handle our business. Always handle our responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. That's just that. It ain't no tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is we still human though. You know what I'm saying? We not just robots. And I don't believe the world views it like that. Whenever you really I know people who be going through stuff and still going through stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I'm one of them people where if you can find one person in America, one nigga who know me for real, if I've ever told any man that knows me, if I've ever told him something negative about him or talked down on him, to him or behind his back, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I'm big on too. I never say nothing to nobody behind their back. I can't say to their face. Anyway, that's not he neither here nor there. If you can find any person in America that ever say I told them some down talking shit, some negative shit, some hating shit, some pussy shit. If I ever talked to a man and told him like, nigga, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna be shit. If I ever told a person something negative about themselves, right? I'd get them $1,000 right now. Hit me up, we'll make it happen. I promise you ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of them people. You know what I'm saying? I push positivity in hopes to receive it. You know what I'm saying? And in the words of my boy Fredo Bang, that also changed me too. He say, how the fuck I supposed to trust when all the love I give I never get? You know what I'm saying? It's it's crazy. Like this world is just this world is fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? And nonetheless, if you don't mentally check on your people, if you don't really ask your dog if you alright, you'll never know if he is until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then black men, we so prideful that we gonna keep everything on the chest. We gonna keep everything on the hip. You know what I'm saying? This probably and me even expressing this story about me crying, that's probably the first time I've cried in years. Years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like shit is crazy. But now let's I'll let my brother dog. Let's stay on topic with the whole mental health shit, right? And I'm still keeping it about me. Cause I'm gonna bring up one of the last times I cried to show you like how mentally we could be so gone and just going with the flow that we don't even realize because of past situations how it affects us to this day. All right. On my GOAT Talk debate, I mentioned that I was an athlete. You know what I'm saying? I was a football player. And one thing that really hurt me, I was a team player. The one thing that hurt me was the one time that I couldn't be there for my team. That really hurt me the most. I'm gonna get in details on that, right? When I was a kid, from the first time I picked up a football, yeah, one of my favorite lines I still use to this day. Before Brittany Richardson, my first love was football. You heard me? Facts, right? I started off playing defensive end. I won 2 Super Bowls my first 3 years. And the team I played for, it was the North Temple Rams. If you from my city, you know the staple and how big we is in the city and what it means to our city, right? Boom. Nonetheless, but it's hood ball. It's, you know what I'm saying, boys and girls club, rec. It's nothing but niggas. In other words, I would say that team was like a Golden State equivalent to a Golden State with KD roster, right? As people to for layman's terms, right? The team was strong. Even as strong as our team was, after one Super Bowl, back then, we get trophies, but it wasn't just participation trophies. We'll have MVP trophies. We'll have separate trophies aside for just being on the team, right? I won the Iron Man one year for being the toughest man on the team. So I say that just to show a little bit as the type of athlete I was. You know what I'm saying? On a field full of dogs, I was a big dog. You know what I'm saying? I was a big dog. You know what I'm saying? If it was five people for call stretches, the captains, I was always one of them five. Coach got 5 tickets he give out to go to the Bucks games. Always got a ticket. You know what I'm saying? So I was a standout athlete. Football was I just love to do it. I love to hit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I started off playing defensive. I actually started off playing nose tackle. Towards the end of the season, I became a DN, and I won my first 2 Super Bowls at DN. My first interception during the play, coach had me. I still remember to this day. Damn on the 50-yard line. Right before the hike, I was supposed to when the ball was hiked, I was supposed to drop back in the coverage and play linebacker. I did it, got an interception on that play, my first interception. I jumped up, and when I remember seeing the film, I caught it with my feet kicked up in there like a dolphin when I caught it. That shit was funny as hell, but nonetheless, right? I'm saying all that to say this, right? Football was my first love, and what happened, what changed my life was my last year of Little League. I played for the Carrollwood Cardinals. You from my city, you know who that is. Now, mind you, our team wasn't Golden State with KD. We still had a good team though. Like my quarterback at the time, Aaron Murray, he made it to the NFL, played for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of heavy hitters. We Allen Sampson. We had Jamar Black. We had Theron Marshall. We had Anthony Williams. We had like we had some ballers. We had some athletes. You know what I'm saying? The city, you gonna know who these people is if you from my city, right? Balling. We was raw. Matter of fact, the dude B so he played on the team up under me. Like we was raw. We was souped up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we wasn't the roster wasn't like the Rams, but nonetheless, it meant more. This Super Bowl meant more to me because I had to put my team on my back a little bit more. Now this time I'm playing middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? That was my sole position. I always played middle linebacker, right? And if I had to characterize my play, I would say I was like Sean Taylor at middle linebacker. I never been fast, mixed with a little Bobby Wagner, because I remember Bobby Wagner won a season where I believe they said he's the only linebacker who never missed a tackle in the whole season. And that was me. I never cared for the big hit. I always just made the play. And if you think I'm lying, I saw one of my old coaches for the Rams a couple years ago at the liquor store, and he said, "Man, how you doing, man?" He said, "Bro, to this day, you still the most purest tackler I have ever coached in my life." You hear me? So that just goes like I was a ball hawk, and I never miss a tackle. I always fully wrap up. You know, that's just what I do. But like I say, even when I say I'm like Sean Taylor, RP to RP in my opinion, the football goat, yeah, that was him. RP Sean Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Listen, whenever we played teams with running backs like Reggie Bush, coach would start me at safety instead of linebacker, right? Because these players they get elusive in space. I remember we played the Vikings one game. I had to start safety because the running back he was like Reggie Bush in the middle of the field. He couldn't even get a first down. I'm putting him on his neck. They run a 28-27. Come here. I'm slamming him on his neck, middle of the field. Listen, I was really light there on that field. That was my everything, and this was that season. So, like I say, what really hurt me and killed me, the person who I was meant to be, and this is gonna go up to one of the last. All this is leading up somewhere. Walk with me, talk with me, keep up. I ain't talking fast. You might just be listening slow, but just pay attention. We made it to the Super Bowl that year, right? So, like I say, this Super Bowl meant more to me personally. If you know about a middle linebacker, you know that's the quarterback of the defense. This Super Bowl meant more to me because I had to do a lot more on this team to get us here. Of course, it's a team effort, but I feel like I put the team more on my shoulders, and I had a bigger role to play than on the Golden State KD team. You know what I'm saying? For the Rams. My pops didn't let me play in that Super Bowl because of a progress report. After that, I totally stopped loving the game of football. And now, mind you, I'm not saying this to shade my pops, because my pops is a hardworking man. To this day, he's my best friend, and I understand now why he was how he was that I didn't understand back then. But mentally, what it did for me was it took me on a downward spiral where it I felt like, and I was what I was a teenager, if that. I was, you know what I'm saying. My whole thing was I was what 12, 13, 14, getting ready to go to high school, eighth grade. My thing, my pops didn't come to none of my games. He didn't come to none of my practices, right? But mind you, it wasn't because he didn't support what I was doing. I know as a man having 6 kids, my pops was working. He had his own barbershop. He was getting it in. He worked 6 days a week to make sure we had a roof over our head. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? My pops a man of few words, so it was never a situation where it was just he was grinding. He was handling business to take care of me, my siblings, and my mama. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that now, but back then I had this hatred for my pops to the point where I felt like for him to make me miss the biggest game of my time and at that time of my career, for him to make me miss my this was my mindset. If the one person who don't support me can, if he could take this away from me and he don't support me or help me with none of it, I don't deserve it. I don't want no parts of it. If it's that easy for me to not to be a part of it, somebody who don't contribute to it in no way, shape, or form, I don't even want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I looked at it. Now, mind you, and I fucked my life up. And when I tell you I was so fucked up about football, dog, I remember being in fourth and fifth grade. I want to say, oh, this is when the Titans played the Rams in the Super Bowl. Way back then, but I may have been in fourth and fifth grade. Nonetheless, when I was in the fourth and fifth grade, I used to literally, with a pack of colored pencils, I used to draw every NFL logo. And if I drew the Titans logo, right, I draw the logo this big on a piece of lined paper. I'm coloring it in with the baby blue, with the navy blue, putting the red flames around it. Yo, so the video got cut short because my wife called. Now she home with some of my little baby kids, goddamn. Nonetheless, I'm gonna wrap this one up and we gonna call this mental health part one. I'm gonna just make this into like a series because as you can see, I can talk about mental health stuff all day. So that's it for this one. Y'all be easy out there, man. Gip, I'm out. Gotta handle these daddy duties, man.